You all head back to Lady Hitomiyaki's estate. You're allowed in by the guards with Wakune, and the lady will look over, meeting you all in the courtyard. The town seems abuzz with news of your return. Can I ask what bears such good news? You look different, Mariette.
We present Myriad the Reborn, the first Tensian to awake from the slumber.
You are our first ancestor, then?
I suppose so.
Truly, this is gracious news. Tonight we shall have a feast, even as we mourn the dead.
Yeah, you've heard about the dead.
Heard about the dead. There's more that I'm unaware of.
The captain is probably dead. So, since we've suspected for a while that something happened with Kitagawa last time we were on the island, and she acted very strange, and she used some magic on me that made me make decisions I didn't like. She asked to be invited onto the island, and I was going to reject it because I didn't trust her, but she did something into my mind, and I felt compelled to say yes. And we were all very scared, and she walked in there not like the scared woman we first met. She walked in there like it was her home, and she wasn't scared of anything, and she even sat on top of the waterfall and like dangled her feet over the edge. Even the captain was really creeped out by her at that point, I think. She was very, very strange, and we knew we had to fight her eventually, because she was not who she pretended to be. She was possessed by that water spirit. She had to be. We don't have more proof than her swirling eyes and the magic she used and the way she acted, but Afera pushed her down the waterfall to get rid of her. What we didn't suspect was her to grab onto the captain, and they both fell. And when we came down there, when we went down the ropes, there was no one there. It was empty. But we heard this singing, like I didn't realize until much later that it sounded peaceful and content almost, but we didn't go looking for them, I have to admit. I was scared she would try to possess us or drown us, so I thought it best not to pursue her.
I would not risk an ancestor or to say chase such a cursed creature. I fear its curse even plagues us here. More dead showed up drowned on the 1st of Chotkar.
Wait, how many days ago was that? That was... Sorry, let me...
And another few showed up this morning as well. This is what I thought you meant when you spoke of the dead.
No, we didn't see anyone, other than of course us and the crew, but there was no one there. Oh, actually, speaking of dead, we were down there. I found my body in this coffin, casket kind of thing, and there were 10 others other than mine. There were 2 in an early room, if you follow the path we did, and then there were 7 in the room where I found my body. So there are 6 unopened, and then there are another 2 a bit south, if I remember. It's all a bit disorientated. I was very hurt by the time we came that far. We fought this moldy, nasty creature, and I was sure I was gonna die when Afera told me to just go for my body. So I turned into a seal and swam off. And Wakuni, Afera, and Vati killed the creature. And afterwards we found this pearl, and she like uncovered the... How heavy was it? Was it 11
25
kilos?
pounds.
25 pounds and the size of a smaller than a volleyball.
About the size of a skull, I would say, probably is a good reference point.
Head size. It's the size of a head. That sounds great.
Tome
she'll
Aki, she looks at it, and you can just see her face goes a gasp with surprise as her jaw drops, and she just looks down at the pearl. She seems to be at a loss for words, which is rare for her.
I think it's a part of an old contact story. We found this. It was a long time, or not a long time ago. Last time we were there, we found this like mural on the wall, and it portrayed. Was it a fish that like this pearl emerged from their mouth, and it was like contact symbols, but also another family, and this pearl seemed more like an egg, and I don't know if this has something to do with the past of contact and whatever out of character, whatever family was that was connected to. Does anyone remember?
Licinia.
Licinia.
I cannot say for certain, but you should bring this treasure to the feast and festival that will be held in God's hands. All of you will be honored guests, of course. All of the royals will be there.
Well, then someone could from the families might know, right?
Yes, you should present it to the Empress. I promise she will reward you justly.
Oh,
all of
can
you,
we bring?
but especially you and sister.
Well, in the end, I just ran. She like looked a bit ashamed. Can Wakuni? Can she come with us
Of
to the
course,
feast?
she was a member of the expedition. All of you will be coated in the greatest honors. And Mariad, you should speak to Lady Modena Quantock before the festival and celebration. I'm sure she will reward you with a title suitable to your personage.
Thank you.
Do not thank me. Thank yourselves for risking your lives to bring hope back to the people of Tensile.
Myriad will turn to her friends and look at them almost like she's about to cry, but she's also like smiling, and she'll pull both Vati and Afera into a hug and like try to get the Wakuni in there without her stabbing us with her.
No, she's got it
thingy.
on her back.
Okay, good. she'll embrace everyone and like cry a little bit and thank them and promise them she'll be there for when the time comes that they need help with their bodies or like anything really.
Thank you.
Makune kind of goes over and hugs you. This is such a great honor. Thank you, ancestor.
Thank you for helping.
She literally bows to you.
Myriad will bow back.
Very well.
Oh, if we go to this feast, don't forget to bring your husband along. I'm sure he'd want to see that.
My husband will be very grateful. Thank you so much. The lady chimes in. Well, is this all for your expedition then?
Well, we've left the supplies we've used to go up and down the waterfall in case anyone else wants to go there. When you go down the waterfall, by the statue's right foot, there is a path, and through that path we saw the most horrible creature, like a translucent centipede leech, alligator. I almost threw up. So be careful. The other parts seemed safe, and there were some hidden tunnels that we didn't mark, but anyone is welcome to contact any of us for more exact information, if we can describe that, if there's anything specific, because we've been down there a few times now. But I think it's safe to say it's a huge risk, and unless you know it's worth it, don't go. Or unless you believe yourself strong enough. For me, it was worth it because I knew my real body was down there, but I don't think I would have gone down there for anything less.
Understood. I shall be sure that everyone is informed of this.
I think that's all. I should look to the others.
Very well then. I shall consider this expedition finished. Now, let us go and speak of celebrations and feast.